I sign this statement with grave concern. My name is Dr. Bandy Lee, psychiatrist and doctor of medicine in the state of New York.
Howard Kovitz, a psychologist, psychoanalyst from the state of Pennsylvania. I feel that this movement is important. I feel that it's the most critical thing we can do as citizens and as mental health professionals, and it's that our absolute duty to speak out at this time as to the dangerous of Donald Trump.
Signing this statement is the most critical thing I could be doing as a mental health professional today. My name is Lance Dodes. I'm a retired assistant professor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School, a psychoanalyst, and a doctor of medicine. I am calling from California.
Signing this statement is the most critical thing I could be doing as a mental health professional today. I am Nanette Gartrell, psychiatrist and doctor of medicine from California.
Signing this statement is the most important thing I could do as a mental health professional concerned deeply about public health and preventive medicine and the role psychiatry plays in that.
My name is Leonard Glass. I'm a psychiatrist, psychoanalyst, and associate professor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm signing this statement because of my concern about the extreme unfitness of Donald Trump, who represents an ongoing and extreme danger to the well-being of the people of this country. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Elaine Kashack, clinical psychologist, professor emerita of San Jose State University, and the founder of the Kashack Institute for Social Justice for Women and Girls at SUNY Binghamton. I've been working on this committee with Dr. Lee almost since the inception. I think it's the most important piece of work that I'm doing right now. Donald Trump, I believe, is both disabled and dangerous to our country, and the danger is only increasing as we're not being listened to. We've been attempting to bring this to the public awareness for over 3 years now, and I consider this the most critical and important ethical project that I'm working on at this time.
Hi, everybody. Signing this statement is the most critical thing I can do as a mental health professional today. I'm Craig Malkin, a clinical psychologist and narcissism expert from Cambridge, Massachusetts.
I am Dee Mossbacker. I'm a psychiatrist and a doctor of medicine and a PhD from California. And as a mental health professional, this is the most important thing I could be doing today, is signing this document.
I fully support this statement. The president is extremely dangerous while also having the capacity for great powers, which is a combination that's extraordinarily dangerous. My name is Dr. Jennifer Contarino Panning, and I'm a licensed clinical psychologist from Illinois.
I'm a board member of the World Mental Health Coalition, and I fully support this statement, which mental health professionals have put out. The president is an extremely dangerous man, while at the same time in possession of great power. This is a situation we must address. My name is Richard Goldwasser, and I'm an attorney from Chicago, Illinois.
In the study of leadership, we well know that dehumanizing others, downplaying risk to life, destroying alliances with other countries that keep our world safe, and diminishing our confidence in peaceful transition of power is dangerous to our Constitution and to our world. I'm Leslie Wagner, licensed psychologist in the states of Florida and Michigan, and board member of the World Mental Health Coalition.
I believe Donald J. Trump is a clear and present danger to the United States and the global community. Signing this statement is the most critical thing I could be doing as a mental health professional today. I am James H. Andrews. I hold the LCSW in Pennsylvania and an LICSW in Massachusetts. I am a clinical and forensic social worker and professor from Pennsylvania.
I'm signing this statement to help protect our democracy as a descendant of families who came here in colonial days, as an ally of those who are not white and privileged, and as a lifelong protector of children and families. Donald Trump is not only not psychologically fit to be president, but he has proved himself to be a danger to our nation. My name is Jill Barbary, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker in Illinois, and additionally licensed in special education and preschool through 6th grade education in New York State.
My name is Elaine Belson. I am a licensed clinical social worker of 27 years residing in Maryland and a former XO of MedCom OEF. For over 3 years, mental health professionals have been warning the public of the dangers posed by Donald Trump. Time and time again, our warnings have proven accurate but have gone unheeded. All the chaos and destruction our country and our allies have experienced can be explained by one factor: Donald Trump's severe psychiatric pathology. I sign this statement with urgency to protect the country and the world before Donald Trump does additional damage.
My patients keep asking me, why doesn't somebody do something? They feel they've been taken hostage by the president and his enablers. On behalf of them and all Americans, it's time that we all join. I am Dr. Elizabeth Bennett, licensed psychologist from Massachusetts.
My clients are suffering from depression and anxiety due to the confluence of the pandemic, the subsequent financial fallout, our global climate concerns, and this presidency. We must find a way out of the darkness and into the light with renewed spirit and hope. My name is Deborah Blackburn. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist in California.
Donald Trump assaults reality, undermines democracy, stokes violence and racial hatred, and actively endangers human life. I join my peers in this plea for urgent action. I am Mary Blaine Atwater, credentialed counselor in Washington State.
Arthur Blank, Jr. I'm a clinical professor of psychiatry at George Washington University and a psychoanalyst. I teach in the Washington Psychoanalytic Institute, and I'm formerly the national director of the VA's community-based counseling centers for combat veterans. I'm very happy to be signing this statement since we can't have someone as disturbed as president. Thank you.
I'm Nancy Burke, psychoanalyst from Illinois, and I signed this statement because I think it is clear that Trump hates and fears reality, and he's very good at seducing the world.
June Cancel from California. I have a doctorate in psychology and years of experience in the field. I want to say that signing this statement is the most crucial action I can take as a mental health professional.
I am signing this statement because of the most significant thing I can do as a mental health professional today. I am Russ Cashin with a doctorate in nutritional psychology, and I'm also a psychology professor here in the state of Utah.
Signing this statement is the most critical thing I could be doing as a healthcare professional. I am Kerry Cavanaugh, a master's prepared registered nurse from the state of Washington.
I am Arthur Chancuti, better known as Arky Chancuti, MD. I am a physician. I am an expert on trust and leadership, a consultant in the Silicon Valley and worldwide, co-author of the book Built on Trust. Donald Trump, I believe, has a huge investment in them versus us, and he really should be trusted to be untrustworthy. And so we must act legally and nonviolently and remove him from office. Otherwise, we expose ourselves, and we do it to ourselves, to great, great danger.
Signing this statement is the most critical thing I can do at this time as a mental health professional today. We are in a crisis and we need to act urgently. I am Janice Cohen. I am a psychiatrist and I am from California.
I just want to say that it's important that this organization continues to spread the word and helping society and the world understand the moment that we're in and that education is power. My name is Robert Covington. I'm a clinical care manager here in Philadelphia. My credentials, I have a master's in clinical social work from Widener University. And currently, I live in the state of Pennsylvania.
I just want to say the electorate have unknowingly elected a president who has a severe, dangerous mental disturbance. We've never been in this situation before in this country. I'm Tammy Dale, psychologist from Kansas City, Missouri.
George DeSantis, I'm a psychologist in New York. I have always felt from the very beginning of his tenure that he was one of the most dangerous people around to have in government anyway. And I believe this is the best thing we can do for now. Thank you.
Signing this statement is the most critical thing that I can be doing today as a mental health professional. I'm Helen Desmond, a retired psychologist from California.
I am Leslie K. Deutsch. I'm a clinical social worker and a psychoanalyst in New York State. I'm an ancestor of Holocaust survivors, as are many of my patients. Knowing history and knowing Trump's dangerousness, it is imperative that he be removed, as well as his enablers.
My name is Dr. Brent Duncan, and I'm a credentialed school psychologist and an emeritus professor of psychology in the California State University system. I have more than 30 years of identifying mental illness, primarily in children and adolescents. I believe Donald Trump represents the most serious and dangerous threat in our nation's history of undiagnosed mental illness.
Nancy Erskine, PhD from University of Massachusetts. I'm retired now, but I was licensed to practice in both New Jersey and Massachusetts. I'm eager and I'm proud to provide a video signature to this most important statement in regard to President Trump and the current status of our country in regard to his dangerous leadership.
I'm Richard Edelson. I'm a clinical psychologist with a PhD in psychology in California, and I am signing this because I believe I have a duty to protect my fellow citizens from harm.
Signing this statement is the most critically important thing I can do as a mental health professional. I am Barbara Gold. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and marriage and family therapist in the state of Texas.
Signing this statement is the most critical thing I can be doing today as a mental health professional. My name is David Goldberg. I'm a clinical psychologist and psychoanalyst, and I practice in Alabama.
I'd like to emphasize that we're in a precarious predicament because the president suffers from a dangerous psychiatric condition. I can't imagine anything more valuable than to support this statement to the Congress. My name is Vince Greenwood. I have a doctor of psychology, and I practice in Washington, D.C. Thank you.
Signing this statement is the most important thing that I can do as a mental health professional. I can't think of anything more critical at this point. I'm Nancy Gregoire, a licensed clinical social worker from Virginia.
Signing this statement today is the most important thing I could be doing as a mental health professional. I am Richard Hahn with a Doctor of Psychology degree in Pennsylvania.
My name is Dr. Gordon Hers. I'm a clinical psychologist in Wisconsin. In addition to taking care of patients and clients, signing this statement is the most critical thing I could be doing as a mental health professional today. We've been warning the country about the dangerousness of this man, and we certainly hope the country takes the warning.
Signing this document is the most important thing I can do right now. I am Nina Holmes, licensed marriage family therapist from California.
My name is Peter Janney. I'm a licensed psychologist here in Beverly, Massachusetts, and I am signing this statement because I, like many of you, feel we are at a very critical moment in our history, and that our president is completely mentally unfit to occupy the position that he does, that he is a danger to all forms of life, and he needs to be removed as quickly as possible. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Thomas Johnson,
master's from Harvard University, doctorate from the University of California, Berkeley, and I'm a licensed psychologist here in Maine. And signing this statement is one of the most important things that I can do as a citizen, as well as a mental health professional. I've done many threat assessments, and ideally this man should be assessed formally, but since he makes himself unavailable, we have to go on the basis of available information, and he does appear to be very characterologically impaired.
As a scholar with expertise in heroic altruism, bystanderism, and authoritarianism during the Holocaust, I wholeheartedly support this statement with regard to the dangerousness and mental unfitness of President Donald J. Trump, United States of America. My name is Dr. Stephanie Jones, PhD, clinical psychology, Columbia University, with distinction, New York State.
Health professional in California. My name's Rebecca Kahane, and I am critically concerned about what is going on in our government, and I implore some action being taken.
The more we can make anybody aware of the mental health issues involved with Trump, I saw from early on the dangers that he presented, and I'm happy to do anything I can to make people more aware of that. I'm a social worker, psychoanalyst in New York.
Signing this statement is the most critical thing I can be doing as a mental health professional today. I am Barnett Kaplan, a physician, a psychiatrist, and a psychoanalyst from the state of Washington.
My name is Dr. Gerry Langer. I have a doctorate in clinical psychology. I'm licensed in the great state of California. This is the most important contribution I can make right now, apart from just telling all my friends what I understand about Donald Trump and how dangerous he is to this country. This is the greatest existential crisis that not only the country faces, I believe the whole world. There is absolutely nothing that I would put past this gentleman, and I use that term loosely. We are in grave danger. If he has another 4 years, we can kiss this country goodbye, and probably the whole world.
My name is Melanie Langlois. I'm a licensed professional counselor in the state of Oregon, and I believe it is my ethical duty as a mental health professional who is truly committed to democracy and social justice that I sign this statement.
I'm Dr. Barbara Levy. I'm a licensed psychologist in Connecticut and Massachusetts. I have been involved with this organization since its onset and am supporting their letter, which shows the dangerousness of Donald Trump and the importance of paying attention to all the signs that things are getting worse.
My name is Dr. Judith E. Lipton. I'm a Distinguished Life Fellow at the American Psychiatric Association. I feel that President Donald Trump is dangerous to himself and others, and he should be removed from office immediately because he represents the greatest threat to the survival of life on the planet Earth, including not only human beings, but plants and animals as well.
I'm Lisa Lombard. I'm a clinical psychologist and assistant professor in Chicago, Illinois. I have a PhD in clinical psychology, and signing this statement is a critical step and something very important that I can do as a mental health professional so as not to be complicit in turning away from acknowledging and understanding the dangerousness and the mental health implications of Donald Trump.
My name is Lynn Groff Loomis. I have a master's of education in rehabilitation counseling. I'm also a licensed professional counselor in Pennsylvania, currently retired. I am making the statement because I feel that it's the most important thing I could do on behalf of our country, and that it's the most significant act I could make as an experienced mental health counselor.
My name is Dr. Kathy Magnuson. I have a PhD and a PsyD. I'm a psychoanalyst. I'm from California. I, along with all my patients, are terrified Yes, something has to be done.
My name is Isilda Martinez. I'm a doctor in clinical psychology from Florida. I'm currently retired, but I will always be a professional healthcare. And I am appalled by what's happening. I am totally behind what you're doing, Beatty, since 2016 in trying to help people understand the danger that this president is causing to the lives of so many people and to the democracy of our nation. And I am honored to sign this statement in support of everything that is being done and that continues to be done to get this man out of this presidency.
I'm signing this statement because I too feel that this president is mentally unstable and dangerous, and I want people to become aware of it and vote him out of office. I am a rehabilitation counselor with physically and mentally disabled patients in Illinois.
My name is Leslie Schweitzer Miller. I am a psychiatrist, psychoanalyst, and doctor of medicine practicing in New York and New Jersey. My father immigrated to the United States in 1938 at the age of 25, having lived in the 1930s in Germany. He told stories that were horrifying about how people started to hate each other, how the free press was vilified, how minorities, the Jews, were scapegoated, but it wasn't only the Jews, and that people were asked to be loyal to Hitler or they were in terrible trouble. It turned into a cult of Hitler, and that is what is happening today with Donald Trump.
My name is Fred Morrison. I'm a licensed marriage family therapist in Hayward, California. I'm really worried about Donald Trump's behavior, and I definitely support this revolution or this statement.
I have signed this statement out of concern for the mental health of this country and its future. My name is Norma Myers. I'm a marriage and family therapist in California.
I believe that signing this statement is one of the most important and urgent things I can do as a psychoanalyst, as a psychologist, and as a musician at this particular time. I am Julie Jaffe-Nagel. I have a practice in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
My name is Jin Nothmann. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist from Maryland with a background in forensic psychology. I have experience specifically in evaluating and treating psychopaths and performing risk assessments and fitness for duty evaluations. I'm making this statement because I believe that Donald Trump represents a grave danger to our country and to the international community, and I feel a professional, ethical duty to make people aware of this.
Hello, my name is Alan Oak. I'm a nurse practitioner from California, and I'm adding my name to this list of concerned mental health professionals about the future of our country under current leadership.
I agree with the statement. My name is Sandra Paolini. I'm a marriage and family therapist, MFT, in California.
I'm Stacy Pinkston. I'm a licensed speech language pathologist in the state of Arizona. And by signing this statement, I feel like it's the most critical thing I can do as a citizen and as a professional working sometimes with mental health individuals that have issues in cognitive decline and speech language communication. I've noticed that our president has declined in those areas and needs a full evaluation in those areas.
I'm a psychoanalyst, child analyst, child psychiatrist based in London, England, where I came to train after Boston, Harvard Medical School in 1972.
I just want to say that signing this statement is one of the most critical things that I can be doing as a mental health professional. I am Susan Redant. I'm a psychologist and psychoanalyst from Seattle, Washington.
Sheri Rizzo, a retired nurse specialist from the University of Michigan, where I specialized in evaluating dangerous people, violent people, difficult people. And my diagnosis is very clear. We cannot have 4 more years of this very dangerous man. He's obviously impaired, and I'm very excited to sign this statement. Thank you.
I'm Nicole Robichaux. I'm a doctor of clinical psychology as well as a psychiatric nurse practitioner. I am very pleased to be here and feel like joining this movement and signing this petition is the most important thing that I can do as a mental health professional, and it is my ethical and moral duty to do so.
I'm Dr. Alexandra Rold. I'm an adult and child psychiatrist and psychoanalyst in Weston, Massachusetts. I'd like to add my name to this statement.
As a lifelong protectorate of the public's mental and physical health and well-being, standing up to defend this nation's health is one of the single most important actions I can take now. I'm Suzanne Rosenfeld, medical doctor, psychiatrist, psychoanalyst from the state of Illinois.
Out of a sense of medical professionalism and patriotism, I add my signature to this statement. I am Geoffrey Sandler, psychiatrist, psychoanalyst, and medical doctor from California.
We are doctors Carol and Peter Schreck, marriage and family therapists and professors emeriti at Palmer Seminary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
And thanks, Andy, for all you're doing. Donald Trump's words and actions evidence serious psychological impairment that makes him unfit to lead our country. We are deeply concerned.
Hi, my name is Dana Schwartz, and I'm a marriage family therapist in Oakland, California. I am speaking today because Donald Trump is the most dangerous president we have ever had. I wake up every morning in anxiety because he has not taken care of the coronavirus. He has not protected us from Black Lives Matter, from the police hurting people of color. He has not helped this country economically. There is more homeless now than there has ever been, and we need something different. He does not care about people, and he is frightening, and democracy will end under his watch. So please do not support him. Find a way to not work to support this president. He is dangerous.
My name is Susan Shively. I am a physician, psychiatrist, and psychoanalyst. I am a distinguished member of the American Psychiatric Association, and I live and practice in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I agree wholeheartedly with this statement. I could not agree more. I think our country is in imminent danger.
I am a retired registered nurse. I've worked in a locked psychiatric unit for at least a year during my years of practice. I believe from what I've seen of Donald Trump that he'd be extremely dangerous. Dorothea Simone, I'm a retired registered nurse, and I have a Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Signing this statement is the most critical, moral, and ethical thing I can do as a mental health professional today. My name is Carolyn J. Smith. I am a PhD, and I practice and reside in Worcester, Massachusetts.
My name is Diane Sperber. I'm a licensed clinical social worker in New York State with 35 years of experience, and I am happy to be with my colleagues all around the world.
I believe that as a mental health professional, it is critically important that I add my name to this statement. I am Geoffrey Stern, PhD, training and supervising analyst at the Chicago Psychoanalytic Institute.
As a mental health professional and a scientist, I feel compelled to join my peers in this call to action to address the dangerousness of President Donald Trump. I am Susan Stoner, a licensed psychologist in Washington State.
I'm Janice Sullivan. I'm a New York State licensed psychoanalyst and music therapist. I think we have both professional and personal moral responsibility to speak out as citizens and as people who are within this field to speak about dangerousness and to be part of a duty to warn. And I'm happy to sign this statement.
I'm Grant Cyphers. I'm a medical doctor with board certification in psychiatry and neurology. And I believe we have a sacred duty to warn of an impending danger. That's why I'm supporting this document.
My name is Deryl Taylor. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist in the state of California, and I'm a doctoral trained in clinical psychology. And I am concerned about our country, about the president handling our country. I'm concerned about our democracy is at stake, and that's why I'm signing this statement.
I have a duty to warn when people are suffering from anxiety because the leader of the country won't agree to a peaceful transition of power should he lose the election. My name is Madeline Taylor. I'm a marriage and family therapist in California.
My name is Jason Thompson. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and neuroscientist and author based in San Francisco, California. My training includes the neuropsychological evaluation of psychosis. Signing this statement today is, I believe, perhaps the most important thing I have ever done as a citizen and as a psychologist. In my assessment, Donald Trump poses real and present severe danger to the security, health, and safety both of all current residents and citizens in the United States and the global community.
Hey, my name is Stephan Tobin. I'm a licensed clinical psychology practicing in Oregon, Westland, Oregon, being president, leading our country. He's very, very dangerous, in many levels.
I'm Peggy Trounstine. I'm a clinical social worker in the state of New York. I practice and I have a private practice, and I went to NYU. What is on my mind and what I think is critical is that all parties dealing with Donald Trump consult with you and your organization to help psychologically deal with what we've got in Donald Trump.
My name is Barbara Turk. I'm a doctor of clinical psychology and a board certified licensed professional counselor in Pennsylvania. And what I'd like to say is signing this statement is absolutely the most critical thing I could be doing as a mental health professional today. My name is Barbara Turk, and this man is a danger. He's a danger to the country, he's a danger to the world, and he's unfit to be President of the United States.
I'm Sarah Walker. I'm a licensed mental health counselor in the state of Florida. I feel that signing this statement is the most critical action I can be taking at this time to preserve the safety and well-being of the American people and the U.S. democratic system of governance. I grew up in the U.S. military. I grew up overseas during the Vietnam War. I was mentored by such great leaders as General John Vesey, and I feel a very strong urgency that our people and our country are in grave danger, and hence I am signing this.
Signing this statement is the most critical thing I can be doing as a mental health professional today. I'm Sheri Wallance, licensed mental health counselor in the state of Florida.
My name is Gaye Wellman. I am a licensed nurse. I've been a psychiatric nurse for over 30 years. I work currently in Alaska, and I've been working in the behavioral health science field for quite a long time, those 30 years. By signing this agreement, I also totally agree that Donald Trump has been a clear and present danger to our country, to the world, for as long as he's been around.
Breaking laws and norms, recklessly disregarding the safety of others, basically putting our country at risk and people's lives at risk. So I think it's urgent that he is removed from his current position as president. My name is Daniel Winarek, and I'm a licensed clinical psychologist. I have a PhD, and I work in New York State.
I'm signing this statement because it's the most critical thing that I could be doing as a mental health professional. My name is Jennifer Young. I'm a licensed mental health counselor in Largo, Florida.
Geoffrey Zeiger. I am a licensed clinical social worker, and I am in North Carolina, and I fully support Congress pursuing an evaluation of the dangers of the current administration.
Signing this statement is the most significant thing I can do today, this week, this month, this year. I am Philip Zimbardo, retired professor of psychology at Stanford University, and I live in San Francisco, California.
My name is Tim Zur, and I'm a retired licensed professional counselor from 25 years with the Veterans Health Administration's Vet Center program for combat trauma, for combat veterans. And also I have taught graduate school at the Naropa Institute, now called the Naropa University, back in the 90s. And I'm making this video signature for my support of this statement for the safety and the national security of all our people.